Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Resonate, where today I want to talk a little about the new moon that is going to happen in 2 days, the new moon of November 1st in the sign of Scorpio. This new moon is going to be very strong. This new moon is all about new beginnings, but this new moon has something very special. Not only that is happening in the sign of Scorpio, a sign that represents our alchemist within, a sign that is ruled by Pluto, the same Pluto that is right now moving from Capricorn to the energy of Aquarius, and is going to be in Aquarius for 20 years from the moment that moved into the energy of Aquarius on November the 20th. So this new moon is not only strong because it's in the intensity energy of a Scorpio, an energy that we all have within, independently that we are a Scorpio moon, a Scorpio rising, or a Scorpio sun. We all have this energy within. We all have the energy of a Scorpio within us. Some of us has more tendency into go to the energy of a Scorpio, and some of us has more resistance into go to the energy of a Scorpio. But at the end of the day, the energy of a Scorpio is the duality of the energy of Taurus, where we have right now Uranus, the planet of transformation, that is going to move us to the future, and also is the planet that rules Aquarius. As Barbara Hanclau used to say, the energy of Scorpio is the energy of let it go, and the energy of Taurus is the energy of will hold. So what happened? We need to find an equilibrium between both of them. And in every new moon, there's a new beginning. But we all know that for something to begin, we need to let something behind. For example, in the space that I am right now, in this seat, if someone was to sit in here, I need to live for someone to be in here. So it happened the same with the energy. The energy neither destroy or create. The energy only transform, and the energy is moving all the time. That's the only constant that we have in the universe. Everything is movement. Everything is in constant movement, even us. And well, we associate always like someone needs to die, or a situation needs to die, or I need to let this friendship, I need to let this marriage, I need to let this whatever it is. But well, at the end of the day, is what I always say. It's a disorder in the psyche that is being projecting our reality. So we need to order that in reflection this new moon is giving to us, because this new moon, what is going to make to us is give us clarity that we cannot find if we don't pass for the confusion before. The truth that you need to find is going to be in here, in front of you. And what you're going to see in front of you is not that clarity at the first. What you're going to see in front of you is your shadow, the shadow that needs to be equilibrated. So with that shadow, you're going to have clear what you need to let go with love in order for the new beginning to start. It is like we are right now in a river. And in this river, we have forests on the sides. And we cannot see much farther from these forests. We just see the river. And we are getting into resistance because we don't want to move and continue with the flow of the current. But we must flow and we must continue with the current, because the current is going to place us into the ocean, where we're going to have a more amplified view of everything. But first, we need to let go that old pattern. So This moon is going to be a new moon that is a new beginning, but because of the situation that we have right now with Pluto in the 29th degree of Capricorn and moving straight to the energy of Aquarius, we need to let something go. It's like a grief that we all need to do in order to go forward. And for that, we're going to experience the influence of some planets, some discordant and some harmonious aspects. The discordance aspects are three, exactly three strong oppositions that each of them is telling us to do an equilibrium in our psyche, in our individual and in our collective psyche. The first one is the opposition between Pluto, the planet that rules Scorpio, and Mars, the planet that rules the energy of Aries, the energy of individuality. And well, what happened? Both of them, Pluto is in the energy of Capricorn in the last degrees, as we say, as I say before, and Mars is in the energy of Cancer, the opposite energy in the axis of the wheel of the consciousness that represent the chart in astrology. So this opposition between Mars in the energy of Cancer and Pluto in the energy of Capricorn is telling us about this axis between the energy of Cancer family and the energy of Capricorn, the energy of the professional ambitions, the energy of my professional life, the energy of my personal ambitions. And what it's telling us about is to find an equilibrium, between both of the sizes, between my family and my personal ambitions, because, well, some of us has been polarized into the area of the family, or we have been polarized into the area of personal ambitions. I gave too much time to my work and I forgot about my family, or I gave too much time to my family, forgetting completely about my personal ambitions, about the way that I need to take the power within. That is the energy of Capricorn. Both energies are necessary for us to fulfill the purpose of our souls. So we need to find an equilibrium. And right now, of course, Mars is activated. Mars, the energy of Mars, is very reactive when it's handled in an unconscious way. That's why everybody is feeling reactive. There's a lot of conflict in the world. There's a lot of conflict between people also because, well, Lilith is also there helping, to equilibrate the way that we handle our relationships. And well, some people has been handle the relationship like giving everything to the other and forgetting about themselves, and the opposite, other people, they gave everything to themselves and they didn't give anything to others. So we are in that equilibrium. We have another opposition that is influencing us to let go, to do this grief, so we can move to the new. It's very strong because it's in the axis of the energy of Scorpio with the energy of Taurus. Scorpio is all about letting go, and Taurus is all about will hold. So we need to find an equilibrium between both of them because, well, we know that people that have a lot of energy of a Scorpio tend to use this intensity of a Scorpio normally in an unconscious way, and they try to let go everything, like they throw it away. But it's not about throw away things. It's about doing consciously. It's about to recognize the shadow. It's about to embrace the shadow. It's about to feel that pain of that shadow and let it go with love. So that way we transmute the shadow into light. We integrate that darkness in light, and we let the space for the new to flourish. So this opposition is between Mercury in the energy of Scorpio, because it's transiting right now for the energy of Scorpio, and Uranus that had been transited for the energy of Taurus from the last year and is going to change next year to the energy of Gemini. What happened here? Uranus is the planet of transformation. So Uranus always wants for us to move forward, to move to the future, to transform ourselves, to transform reality, to accept reality as it is and accept every point of view in reality. And it's in the energy of Taurus. Taurus is an energy that is well holding. So it's an energy that can be very stubborn because it doesn't want to move. So for my friends Taurus, me included, this year has been like all about mood, 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 mood. And that's good because everything is for your higher good and the highest good of the collective. So what happened? The point that Mercury is in the energy of a Scorpio, and Mercury represents the mind, the intellect, the analytic, our thoughts, the way that I communicate with others. What happened? That this opposition is going to create a lot of resistance. Of course, with the other opposition, we need to take part from one side. We need to polarize to my family or to my professional life, made some limits to others to so they can know the new you that is here. But what happened? You cannot allow that new you to get into the scene until you let go the old me. And for that, well, Uranus is here to make the transformation. But of course, the mind is going to generate a lot of resistance. We need to embrace that resistance because it's normal. It's always normal to feel resistance into a change that you didn't want, but that is necessary for you to evolve your vibration from the third density of consciousness to the fourth density of consciousness. Because that's evolution, is the way that we evolve. And to open our channels, to change the way that we are, and we are following on a schedule, and we are following on a schedule, the schedule of the earth, the schedule of the universe, of the cosmos. And the universe of the cosmos is saying now it's time to evolve your vibration. So, because everything is movements, these movements are going to influence you so you move. And Uranus is in Taurus, in the most peace energy of the whole signs. So we can move, we can feel that resistance, and we can pass through that resistance. So my only recommendation with this, when the resistance appears, is to feel it and surrender to it. Surrender to that resistance. Don't go into the resistance, because if you go into the resistance with Mars in the position that it is in opposition with Pluto with a lot of tension, you're going to be reactive all the time, not knowing what is happening. You're going to be like feeling that everything is working against you, and anything farther from reality. Everything happens because it needs to happen in a perfect synchronicity, personalized from your individual consciousness, and also personalize it for the collective consciousness that we all are co-creating with the universe. Also, we have another opposition, and this is the last one of the discordance aspects that are going to affect to the new moon, to the gift that we need to do into this new moon. That is a grief because we're going to see a reality that we need to let go, a reality, a shadow that is going to reveal something within us. We're going to see it clearly that that shadow needs to be integrated. And later, when we integrate that shadow, when we embrace that shadow, when we feel it, when we let it go with love, is when we're going to see clearly. And the truth is going to be revealed. The last discordant aspect that we have is the opposition between Venus in the energy of Sagittarius and Jupiter in the energy of Gemini. And well, this is very tricky because Venus is the way that I value myself. It's also what I want from my life, but from a deep feeling of my soul. It comes from the deepest desires of our soul. And Jupiter is the planet of expansion, is the planet of the goodbyes, is the planet of the philosopher, the adventurers, the planet that loves other cultures. And is now retrograding until the month of February 2025. And that is going to create a lot of confidence, a lot of faith. And faith is much needed to go forward. Lack of trust in humanity, because well, we are going to another point in evolution, so before we need to experience the chaos of that society changing to move into something new, and that is going to affect us in a deep level within ourselves, in a deep level in the way that we value ourselves, precisely to find an equilibrium between the way that I value myself and how I value humanity. That's the last discordant aspect that we have in this moon. But now I would like to talk about those harmonious aspects. We have an hexagon between all those planets that are involved in the chains. This hexagon is created by sextiles. Sextile is a very harmonious aspect, but it's like a lack, a little piece of lack into do whatever we need to do between the planets involved in that equilibrium. To start, we have a sextile from Lilith to Venus. As we know, Lilith is in Libra, equilibrating all the relationships. So all the relationships are authentic, relationships that really contribute to our process. And Lilith is putting limits. Lilith is the cousin of Pluto. Lilith is very connected with darkness, and Lilith doesn't have any problem with darkness. Lilith wants you to go to darkness to find the gems because it's like Pluto. She knows how to handle herself in darkness. Lilith from Libra is helping to Venus in Sagittarius with that lack of value. Lilith is saying, okay, we're going to put some limits, but don't forget to work your shadows within, to handle whatever is happening within you. Because at the end of the day, the reaction, even if you saw it or you don't saw it, the reaction is yours and only yours. And it's the way that you need to work on yourself. Lilith, with every disappointment, with every betrayal that we experience, is telling us that it's time to choose the person that you should choose in the past, yourself. That is going to help us a lot with a lot of value that we're going to have with this opposition between Venus and Jupiter in the energy of Gemini. The other style that is very important is the style between Venus and Pluto. It's like Venus is going to say, okay, Pluto, I know that we need to change. I know that we need to see the shadow, but let's do it my way. Let's do it with love. So there we had a great connection between the way I value things, the way that I value myself, and what I'm going to destroy through the energy of Pluto, what is needs to go through the energy of Pluto. The next style is Pluto to Saturn. And this is very important because the energy of Pluto, as we know, is the destruction to regenerate something. And the energy of Saturn is related with our father, it's related with our responsibility, it's related with discipline, it's related with taking the power within ourselves. So this is still help us with through the energy of Saturn to have the discipline to do the job that Pluto requires. And after that, we go from Saturn to Uranus. And here, Uranus is saying, okay, I'm going to move everything. It's going to help us to adapt a little. So the energy of Saturn is not going to be like very rigid. It's going to be a little more flexible through the energy of Uranus. And the last one is Uranus sextile Mars. And in this one is clear. Uranus is saying, okay, I'm going to move everything and you need to follow and you need to organize your warrior, in this case, Mars, to act whenever needs to be. And well, with that, we analyze all the aspects that we're going to have in this new moon of Scorpio. And as I say before, this new moon is going to give you a true revelation. It's very important to flow with the current. Of course, you can do whatever you want. I'm nobody to tell you what to do, but I'm not going to do any ritual. For me, this moon is kind of very, very strong. I just want to follow the current and get out from the river to see the ocean. Surrender to my own shadows, because that's the way that we evolve. Well, thank you so much for listening to me, and I hope you subscribe to my channel for future information about astrology and metaphysics. And well, I hope you have an amazing new moon in Scorpio. Ciao!